Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside the minds of today's teenagers? The picture is a lot more serious than you might think. A staggering statistic has come to light. Nearly 40% of US teenagers report feeling persistently sad or hopeless. Let that sink in. That's almost 4 out of every 10 teens. This isn't just a number. It's a mental health crisis that is shaping an entire generation. And it's the highest level of teen sadness ever recorded in decades. Now, it's really important to understand what we mean by persistent sadness. We're not talking about a bad day, a temporary mood swing, or teenage angst. This is a deep, long-term emotional distress that can last for weeks or even months. It's a heavy fog that affects everything in a teenager's life: their ability to get out of bed, their motivation to go to school, their relationships with friends and family, and their academic performance. It's a constant weight that drains the color from their world. It's easy to point fingers at the pandemic. And yes, school closures, social isolation. Let's talk about the elephant in the room: social media. Imagine living your life through a filter where everyone else's life seems perfect. That's the daily reality for many teens. They're trapped in a culture of constant comparison, scrolling through curated highlight reels that make their own lives feel inadequate. Add to that the constant threat of cyberbullying, the pressure to meet unrealistic beauty standards, and the fear of missing out. It's a recipe for anxiety and low self-esteem. And it doesn't stop when they turn off their phones. The blue light from screens disrupts sleep patterns, which is critical for mental and emotional regulation. It's a vicious cycle. But the pressure isn't just digital. It's very real in the academic and economic world too. Today's teens are facing immense pressure to succeed in an incredibly competitive environment. The competition for college spots is fierce, and the rising cost of tuition creates a cloud of anxiety about the future. Many feel like the American dream is slipping away before they even have a chance to grab it. They worry about student debt, finding a stable job, and affording a home, things their parents or grandparents might have taken for granted. This constant economic stress weighs heavily on their young shoulders. And what about home life? Family instability plays a huge role. When parents are stressed about finances, when there's conflict in the home, or when housing is unstable, that stress trickles down to the kids. In our fast-paced world, many families are struggling with emotional disconnection. Teenagers often report feeling lonely, even when they're surrounded by people. That sense of not having a stable, supportive anchor at home can be devastating for their mental health. When we break down the data, we see some concerning patterns. Teen girls report significantly higher rates of depression and anxiety than boys. They often face a unique combination of social pressures related to appearance, academic performance, and social dynamics. And for LGBTQ+ youth, the situation is even more dire. They face higher risks of bullying, rejection, and discrimination, which leads to alarmingly high rates of mental health struggles. They are one of the most vulnerable groups in this crisis, and they desperately need our support. So, where can teens turn for help? Ideally, schools should be a primary source of support. But the reality is that our school systems are not equipped to handle a crisis of this magnitude. School counselors are stretched impossibly thin, often responsible for hundreds of students each. Their caseloads make it impossible to provide the deep, consistent support that struggling teens need. Access to affordable mental health services outside of school is also limited for many families. Because of this, and the lingering stigma around mental illness, countless teenagers are suffering in silence, convinced that they are alone in their struggle. And this silence has dangerous consequences. Teenagers grappling with untreated depression are at a much higher risk for substance abuse as they try to self-medicate their pain. We also see a tragic rise in self-harm and suicidal ideation. These aren't just cries for attention, they are desperate acts from young people who see no other way out. The mental health challenges they face today don't just disappear when they turn 18. They can cast a long shadow, impacting their future career stability, their ability to form healthy relationships, and their overall well-being as adults. So why do so many adults seem to be missing the severity of this crisis? Part of the problem is that teen suffering is often dismissed. We've all heard it. Oh, it's just a phase. Or, that's just normal teenage drama. There's a significant generational gap in how we talk about and understand emotional health. Many adults were raised to tough it out and not talk about their feelings, so they may not recognize the signs of a genuine mental health crisis in the young people around them. And social media creates a false reality where everyone seems to be thriving. It's easy for adults to see the happy posts and miss the hidden pain. This isn't just a teen problem, this is a national problem. The mental health of our next generation has profound implications for the future of our country. A generation entering adulthood with unresolved trauma and poor mental health will lead to a weaker workforce, lower productivity, and a much greater burden on our healthcare system. The teen mental health crisis is not a private family issue. It's a critical economic and social threat that we can no longer afford to ignore. Acknowledging the reality of this data, that 4 in 10 of our kids are in deep emotional pain, is the first, most crucial step. It's not about placing blame. It's about waking up to the reality of the situation so we can start building meaningful solutions. We need to invest more in school mental health resources. We need to make therapy more accessible and affordable. We need to teach our kids and ourselves about emotional well-being, and we need to create communities, both online and off, that are genuinely supportive. The future of a generation depends on what we do next. If you or someone you know is struggling, please know that you are not alone and help is available. You can call or text 988 in the United States and Canada to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's free, confidential, and available 24/7. Reaching out is a sign of strength. Thank you so much for watching and for taking the time to understand this critical issue. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like and share it to help spread awareness. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that matters. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments below. See you next time.